Today I'm going to share a story that will make you feel ashamed if you think that you are too old to do something to improve your body and to maintain your overall physical fitness. I'm going to share the story of Mike, who lives in Singapore and who is... Look at this. Am I reading this correctly? Yep, it says 90 years old. 90 years old. So we're gonna go over Mike's story so you can get some motivation and quit giving yourself these lame excuses about why you can't do something to fix your own body. So if you're ready, let's get ready to think right, move right in, feel right. I'm a little sick right now. Do you want to read this for me? No, man, I'm good. Thanks for nothing. All right, so starting off, I am Mike Wee from Singapore and now aged 90 years old. Fortunately, I'm still reasonably fit for my age, and I'd like to attribute this to being active in sports since I was young. I played a lot of social and competitive tennis. After my retirement from my business, I continued playing tennis, but only at a social level. Ultimately, I was forced to give the game up altogether due to a bad fracture of the wrist. By then, I was 87, so it was not really a big deal. So let's unpack that for a second. At 87 years old, Mike was still playing tennis socially, still out and about, moving his body and making sure it could still work. And then it sounds like he probably fell or something and fractured his wrist, and that was the end of his tennis career. But 87 is a pretty good age to retire from tennis. When's the last time you played tennis? I used to be Pete Sampras's coach. Do you plan your lives in advance or do they just pop up? They just pop up. To maintain my fitness, I worked out at the gym about 2 to 3 times a week, followed by some stretching for about 40 minutes. I thought this would help keep my muscles flexible. However, this was not to be. So let's just pause here and highlight something really great here, which is that Mike was at the gym 2 to 3 times per week and he was doing some regular stretching to try to keep his body feeling good. He wasn't just hoping and praying, he was actually going to the gym and putting in time and effort to make sure his body felt strong and functional. Unfortunately, that's not a guarantee that you're gonna feel great all the time, and that's where the next part of this story heads. Sometime in June of 2022, I began to suffer from excruciating pain in my hamstring muscles whenever I got out of bed. This puzzled me because no matter how much more I worked out or stretched, the problem still persisted. It went on for about 3 months. So when Mike gets out of bed, he's been resting all night, his body's been turned off, and his hamstrings are just like, Hey, I just want to take one quick second to invite you to join me at uprighthealth.com and sign up for my email newsletter that'll make sure that you and I stay connected. In this day and age, I am increasingly concerned that YouTube might start censoring me. So if you want to stay connected, you want to find out where I am and where my content is, then be sure to go to uprighthealth.com now and get on my newsletter. Thanks so much. Now let's get back to the video. So in desperation, I decided to contact Matt at Upright Health for advice. Dude must have been desperate. Surprisingly, I learned that due to prolonged inactivity, the muscles tend to shorten and get weaker. It's called muscle atrophy. In my case, after stopping tennis, I spent a lot of my time just sitting down, either being on the computer or watching TV for long hours without taking any breaks to stretch out the muscles. This eventually caused my problems. So Mike's highlighting something that's extremely important to notice. Our default activity when we're retired or when we have relaxation time or when we're injured or whatever is to sit on our butts in front of a screen. Before the modern technological revolution, you couldn't ever just sit on your butt for hours at a time, letting your brain rot and your body rot without feeling uncomfortable, unless you did something like opium or a whole lot of marijuana. Now you can just plop yourself in front of a screen and veg out as your whole body wastes away. You don't feel it, you don't notice it, and when the consequences finally get so intense that you can't ignore them, you don't know what happened. So Matt did a video with instructions on how to strengthen the hamstring and other related muscles together with some other stretch routines for flexibility. I persevered with what he advised for about 2 months and happy to say the pain in my hamstring muscles started to become less intense and painful. Whereas before I had to spend about 20 minutes doing some stretches before the pain would subside, it took me much less time afterwards to find relief. In fact, I hardly feel any discomfort now. That's a nice story. It is a nice story. It gave me such a psychological uplift to know that finally I was able to resolve my hamstring pain issue. As such, I would like to encourage anyone, that includes you, especially the elderly, that might include you, who have similar muscular problems to know you too can also resolve your pain issues just with a simple routine of stretching, and I would just throw in strengthening, Matt. For sure, if it can help someone like me at 90 years old, it can equally work for you. Tough to argue with that, huh? Maybe he's really young, 90 years old. Yes, I could totally see the internet comments now from younger people complaining that a 90-year-old doesn't know what it's like to be only 40. He goes on to say some nice things about me and then says what I like most about his instructional videos is that it's very simple to understand and follow, but more importantly, Matt always emphasizes that you should attempt to do only what you can within your own capability. So if you think that stretching can also help you, check out the many relevant instructional videos by Upright Health on YouTube for your specific problem. As Matt has always stressed, ATM. Always think muscles. Mike Wee, thank you so much for taking the time to write this story and send it over. Sharing this story should be a huge motivator to anybody out there. At 90 years old, your example is one that should inspire everybody of every age to quit whining and stop complaining about how they're too old or maybe something is too badly broken or whatever. At 90 years old, you fixed your body, you took the time, you put in the effort, and you reaped the rewards. If you're sitting in front of your screen right now going, I wonder if this applies to me. The answer is yes. Thank you, Boney. The answer is yes. You should be doing something actively to fix your body, to rebuild your body, to teach your body to feel good again. The first step is to make sure you think right. Recognize that the only one who can strengthen muscles, stretch muscles, is you. A trainer can't do it for you. A physical therapist can't do it for you. A surgeon can't do it for you. Nobody can safely and effectively stretch and strengthen your muscles for you, and your muscles are the things that move your body and tell you when things are messed up. So the second step is to move right, because once you start teaching your body to move right, things will start to, step 3, feel right. And if you are sitting in front of the screen not feeling right, you don't feel good, your body feels like, ooh, my hips, my knees, my back, whatever, then you need to start figuring out how to move, how to restore muscle balance so your body does feel right. Do like Mike Wee in Singapore did at the age of 90 years old and stop complaining about how you are too old to do anything to help yourself. I'm going to drop links to some free articles you can read on my website that'll help you get your brain stronger so you can get your body stronger. I'm also going to drop links to different videos that can help you start rebuilding your body. And if you're looking for programs to help you rebuild your body, you can go to uprighthealth.com/DIY to rebuild your body at home. For more free videos to help you rebuild your body, check out these here. If you want to support this channel, check out the donate link you'll find in the description box or use the join and thanks buttons on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe with the bell notification on, and as always, I hope you remember that pain sucks. Life shouldn't.